Good morning. I am really excited for this webinar because you guys finally get to meet my better half. This is Emily.
Hi.
So Emily and I have been married for 12 years, almost 12 years now. And there are a lot of issues you have to get through in working with a spouse and working with a family when you're creating a content business. If you're creating primarily a blog-focused business, or you're doing it on YouTube, wherever you're getting your audience and then monetizing it, you have a lot of work to do, and the spouse may or may not understand what work you're doing or where this is leading or how realistic this business is. There are a lot of kind of unique questions that people get, and I hear all the time from many of you guys on our YouTube channel that, this is hard, and getting a spouse kind of on board and understanding kind of your vision for this. So this is going to be a full webinar intended for your spouse. Whoever is watching the YouTube channel, bring this video up on the Apple TV, put it up there, and just watch it tonight, because this should answer a lot of your questions and kind of help to give you the confidence you need to get started.
And in fact, it's going to be nearly impossible for you to succeed if you two are not on the same page. So it is really worth it for you guys to work together and to decide if you're going to do this and be on board together.
Okay, first question. So Emily, I asked Emily, what is the spouse going to be worried about or not understand in beginning? And the first one, no question, is how does this earn money?
It's like journaling online, so who's going to want to pay you money for that?
Right. Every time now that we've been doing this for a while, every time we have friends over and stuff, eventually they're like, so how do you earn money? It's it feels like you just play on YouTube and blogs. Okay, so here are the main buckets of the way that our businesses at least have earned money online.
Okay, but here's one thing to preface that, is that there is a slew of ways for you to earn money online.
Good point.
And so Jim's going to tell you a couple of major areas for streams of income, but as he goes along and he's working on the business, there's going to come up, internet changes all the time. And so there's always going to be another way to earn money.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so the first one is ads. Ads is a big part of how we make money. So you see this when you go to websites and you see the little display ads. You also see it here on YouTube when you're watching ads. Well, a portion of that income goes to the creator of the video. And also it comes in the form of sponsored posts. So if you have a popular blog, you can companies will pay you to write a special blog post on a topic that might highlight or feature their product. So maybe you're making a website about cooking, and whatever Crock-Pot or somebody pays you to make a sponsored post about crock-pots and highlighting their product.
Okay, but one thing to know is that the only way that he's going to earn money with ads is if he can get people to his website. Mm-hmm. And so there's going to be a lot of work that has to be done before he's able to earn the money from the ads, because nobody's going to want to advertise to nobody.
To nobody, yeah. It would be really great, is this ad, if nobody sees it.
So before he starts bringing in income, there's going to be a lot of time that he's going to have to put into this that doesn't bring in any income, because first he has to get people to see what he's writing about.
Which we're going to talk about, the kind of time commitment. Okay, so that's the first bucket is ads. The next is affiliate. So affiliate is where you have an audience, you've sold them on an idea, a concept, or whatever, and then you are referring them to a different business that pays you. It's different than an ad in that an ad, the creative is kind of created by that company and they just want it placed on your thing. This is where I convince somebody to buy a product, and then when they click my special link to go buy the product on a certain website, I get a cut for it. So an example of this is Amazon. Amazon has a really big affiliate program, certainly the most popular. And so usually, let's say I'm writing about cycling, right? And I write a blog post on the best bicycles for 8-year-olds. Well, if a parent goes and reads my blog post recommending the best bicycles for 8-year-olds, and then they click my link to Amazon, I'm going to earn about 4% of whatever they spent. So they spend $100, I get $4. And it depends on categories and different things, but that's kind of how an affiliate program will work. But there are other affiliate programs for tons of different websites. So Emily, you do the books for the business, for Improved Photography anyway. And we get checks from everywhere. It's crazy.
Like, people we don't even know. I don't even. And Jim, I asked him like, well,
where did this come
from?
from?
He's like, actually, I don't even remember that one.
But it's crazy because you'll get, a blog post you wrote 5 years ago and you signed up for an affiliate program for some website and they're still sending you checks years later if people are still clicking that link and using the blog post.
But that didn't come until later. So
it takes a long time to build that up.
Yes,
good point.
For sure. Because Amazon is so broad, you're going to get a lot of opportunity to use their affiliate program because you can sell a lot of different things through Amazon. But you have to, in order for you to be able to use other affiliate programs, you're going to have to really carefully choose the niche that you're going to be working in so that you may even want to research the different kinds of affiliate programs that are out there in order to first pick your niche. Yeah.
Mr. Richard is asking, is this live or pre-recorded? We are live in the flesh, my friend.
In fact, it's really weird. Woo! I'm trying to just look at Jim because if I look at myself, it really throws me off.
I'm talking to myself. Okay, and then the next bucket is info products. So for us, this has always been our number one. This has always been the primary way that we have monetized the traffic coming to our website. Is with info products. So what I mean by that is ebooks or a video course. So let's say I have my website in photography. Improved Photography was kind of our first site. And what we did is we built up an audience just giving free photography tips and things like that on the website. And then people liked it and wanted more. And so I offered a photography course. So I recorded a series of videos and I sold, it was $100. People could kind of take my online course that they would get a new video each day teaching them a new aspect of photography for 30 days. And it was a kind of a 30-day class. I would email them out the lesson and they would pay us to get those videos.
Okay, so this is where your spouse is going to spend the bulk of their time, other than writing the content to get people to the website. So when we first started, Jim wrote the ebook. We were in Florida and I had a little baby and he was in school, and so he was doing it outside of school, which meant he was working double almost. And I really questioned it because the ebooks was such a new thing and I don't know if I had full confidence in Jim that he was going to be doing it, but I did want to support him. And so he said, okay, well, I'm going to talk to Leo Laporte. I'm going to call in and it's going to be a good
it's like a big
advertisement just to get his ebook out there and the name of it. He's going to drop the name of it. He had this big old strategy, and I was
calling
Leo
the radio
Laporte
show
knew.
with the question, but I also wanted to mention I have a new ebook.
And I'm certain he knew exactly what Jim was doing, but we thought it was a grand idea. Anyway, I didn't have full confidence in it, and so I secretly emailed all of my huge family. And I have 300 people on the email list, and I was like, okay, Jim has spent hours on this book. He really thinks that this is going to earn him some money, so if you don't mind, go to this link and you can just pay us $5. It'll just really boost Jim's confidence. And anyway, we did, and he earned a tiny bit. I don't know. What did you say? $300 or something like that. Probably all from my family. And it just really excited Jim. And then eventually it just tanked, and he wasn't earning any money after that, and he didn't really know where to go after that. And so he decided to put it up for donation, and he left it for a while.
But I also put it on Smashwords.com so people could buy the ebook on like on the iPad, which was new at the time, and on Amazon and like the Kindle and Nook and things like that. So it was on several different ebook stores, but we weren't seeing any sales for quite a while.
Yeah, until one night he wanted to build a. He wanted to get a camera and he was looking at Smashwords online. I don't know why. He was still just couldn't get it out of his mind, and he was trying to still make a business online work, and we had no idea where to go with it. And so he was just looking for other pathways to break into the internet, and he found that turns out Smashwords really did send us a $2,500 check.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was really exciting. Like the very first time that the business earned real money, like that $2,000 was huge for us because it just like finally proved that like, okay, we did get traffic and it was a lot of work to get there, but it finally earned something. And after that, like I was just addicted. Like once I really saw that this is real, I was just bent on getting to success and doing it over and over again.
And so then on, he was spending his time between classes. He was writing.
I was in law school at the time.
Yes, he was writing content, like writing articles, information, helping people find answers to their questions online. And then once he started getting more and more people, and then he was interacting with people online, with comments or Facebook. Facebook was huge back then, and so then just a couple of years ago.
Back in the day, you remember.
Anyway, and then that's when he started his courses. And so he's kind of progressed that way, but that is where a lot of the time is spent, is making the content and making your products, your info products.
Okay, the next question that you put on our list is, how likely is this to earn real money? That's a really valid question, especially for a spouse, because it's different than any kind of business. If your spouse were starting a painting business, a lawn mowing business, well, they go buy a few materials, they go out, they get their first job, they paint the house or mow the lawn, and they immediately bring back money. This is different. This takes a long time to kind of build up a tribe, build up a following, to become an influencer online, and then to monetize it. Okay. And so it's going to take time.
Oh, yeah. So this is why you really need to be on the same page as husband and wife or spouse or whatever, because you have to be on the same page with finances in order to give each other the trust that one another needs in order to make this succeed, because there's going to be a lot of time and a lot of effort where you're not going to see any return.
That's right. It's different. You're not going to see a return next week from the work that your spouse is doing now on this website. But how likely is it to succeed? That's a tough question to answer because it really depends on any individual. Like any business, like how likely is it to succeed if anybody's starting a business? Well, I mean, I don't know. Are they going to put in the work? Is this a smart person, somebody who's going to work hard and find a way past problems? Then, yeah, you're probably going to get there. If not, well, if you only put in a few weeks of effort and then you fizzle and you're not really committed to this and you're not willing to work past problems and setbacks, then no, it's not very likely to succeed.
But we do know that we have seen success with this over and over and over and over again in our own lives, in our friends' lives, and on that little map that's behind us over there, where there are 100 pins of people around the entire world who have succeeded.
Yeah, so the map she's talking about is, I have a map in my office here where we put in a pin every time one of our customers of our course in Project 24 actually starts to earn money from their website. Then we put a pin in their city where they are. And it's inspiring to see. The other thing to add here is, like, we've started so many websites now that we've gotten to success. From Improved Photography to Camper Report to Dirt Bike Planet to Knife Up to Pontoon Guide to Soundproof Expert, which was tiny, but got income from the effort that we did, to Income School, and now Embora Pets and Outdoor Troop. We've started it. We've done it over and over and over and over again, starting brand new websites from the ground with no traffic whatsoever, and built it up to traffic and earning money.
Okay, we have a question here. Do you recommend going all in from the beginning or to treat it like a hobby or like a little side business until it can sustain you?
Ooh, good question.
Yeah. And I would recommend just doing it as a hobby for a while because, well, I don't know, because that's what we did and that's how we succeeded.
I disagree. You gotta go all in. You gotta go all in.
Well, it's a little more risky for the wife because they expect you to take care of them, and so if you have a good job,
Yeah, but what kind of attitude is that? What kind of attitude? Like, well, I'll dabble. Maybe it'll make some sense.
Okay. Well, I'm not saying only spend a tiny bit of time on it, but I am saying maybe just give your spouse like a good chunk of his time away from the family in order to work on it.
No, it's a good point though, because some people, like, for you, if you're starting a blog, and you say like, I'm gonna go full time with this, that would really, you would not like that. It would freak you out.
It would be scary because you're taking away, you're ripping the carpet underneath my legs.
Exactly. And for me, I feel like, well, if I've got to do this. If I'm gonna commit, I'm gonna do this thing, you know. And so start with whichever attitude is gonna work for you. But for me, you gotta go all in. And by all in, I mean like you have to have enough confidence that you're gonna see this through. I'm going to spend a year on this. I'm going to spend this amount of time each day. I'm going to see this through.
But the spouse really does need to be on board too because, well, just because there is a lot of time that you do need to spend on it in order to build it up. Like it's not going to happen if you spend 30 minutes a day. That's not quite enough.
Okay, now that is kind of the next question that we have here is how much time does my spouse need to spend outside of a regular job? So obviously, obviously you're working a regular job and you're starting this online business. I guess two answers to this. First is I got a message. Oh man, I wish I would have saved it here to read for you. But from somebody that has been working on their business and just said that they realized that their day job was killing them. Like they just felt like it was just grinding their soul going into work each day. And that can't stand. You can't live like that. You just can't. Change something. Go get a different job. Go find different work. Go do something. But you can't live year after year of 8 hours a day going into an office and feel like it's crushing you. And so think about your spouse and you know them. And if they are in that situation, maybe they love their job. But if they are in that situation, like let them have a dream. Let them work on this thing, right? And give it to them. Sometimes it's going to be fine working through the day and going year after year to a job that they maybe don't love. If they know that there is a way that if they can make this work, their side business, that they can eventually quit their job. Okay, but how much time does it take? I would say if you could dedicate an hour or two a day.
2 hours. Because you don't want it to take forever. Like you are going to have to put in a lot of time before you start making any money, but you want to start making that money so that you can progress or get to the point where you want to be.
Yeah, you want to put in hard work now so you can see an early result that gets you excited and going. That's what helped us.
Okay, so this is for the spouse. It was so hard when Jim started because he was spending so much time on the computer that it looked to me like he was just playing around. And when I was having trouble with the kids or whatever else I was struggling with, I felt like, hey, get your little hiney down here and help me because you're just playing on the computer. It wasn't a little
hiney, it was a big hiney.
But it took me a while to understand that, he really is doing stuff on the computer. So, Jim, tell me, what are you doing on the computer?
So 90% of your time, if you're not wasting your time, 90% of your time should be in publishing content. Like I am writing a blog post right now. I am recording a video for YouTube. And at the end of my little work session, I press publish and it is live on the internet. The more times you do that, the more times you press publish, the more likely you are to get going and to get that snowball building. Once you have a few blog posts that kind of hit, Google starts paying attention to you and your others start to hit. It really is like a snowball rolling down the hill. You get on YouTube, you get that one video that really takes off and people find your channel and like you and they watch your other videos and your next video goes. It takes time and effort into creating that time. So 90% of your time should be spent in publishing content. 10% of your time or less should be spent in the other stuff. Checking your Google Analytics, finding a new affiliate program, optimizing your ads, etc. You can't let that become busy work that overrides the publishing content part of your work.
Okay, so in addition to that, there's a question here. Somebody says, what do you think about blogging? What's it going to do in 5 or 10 years? The internet is just always fluctuating. And so this is a question that spouses have, and I had it too. Like, how reliable is it? So once we get going, say we start earning some income, then like, is all of our work just going to disappear on us? Mm-hmm. So what's going to happen?
Well, I guess my answer to that is we have seen crazy changes over the last decade of running online businesses. And there has never, ever been a single month that I didn't bring home to our family our set salary. So your business earns whatever it earns, and you're a boss. You're setting your own salary that you take a check from the business account to your personal account every month. There has never, ever been a single month where that money went down from the previous month. That doesn't mean that the business has always, it's just been a perfect trajectory of always growth. There have been ups and downs in the business, but the amount that we take home to provide for our family has always been consistent or up every month. And then at the end of the year, with whatever's left in the pot, aside from your monthly income for your family, sometimes we get a really, really, really nice bonus in December that is fun to have and has allowed us to do some really cool things. We have no debt. We've never had a mortgage because we're able to buy a house with cash, and we've never had a car loan because we're able to pay those things with cash. It's been incredible for our family what we've been able to do, and while it has been stressful at times and fluctuations at times, we've always had that monthly income.
So one thing I have learned over the years is that through this whole journey, once you decide to embark on this journey and you guys are committed together to make it succeed, if you really are committed and you're not going to abandon it and you are going to see it to the end, one thing that I have seen is that it has changed our outlook on life, and so that we've been able to overcome the fluctuations that come in the internet. So like, we're better problem solvers now. So yeah, we're going to see like, okay, blogging isn't maybe earning the same amount of money as it used to be, but there's gonna be another way that we're going to be able to earn money.
An example of that is ebooks. We mentioned ebooks is how we got started. Well, we found out that was really hot at the time because the iPad was brand new and everybody was buying a Kindle for Christmas. And that kind of tapered off, the ebooks.
So for the spouse, you have to be able to adapt to change and be spontaneous. If you are locked in on a set routine and you don't want your husband to go out to go maybe on trips far away, or you don't want to see him spending more time doing fun things like shooting guns or whatever it is, then I'm sorry, like, that's just not going to help your husband succeed.
Mm-hmm. Or your spouse, if you're
your
the
spouse,
other one.
Your spouse.
Right. So yeah, that's a very good point. You have to have trust in what they're doing.
You just have to be able to adapt. There are going to be fluctuations. Okay, but for insurance, like, that was scary to me too.
Yeah, this is about the going full time now.
Yeah. So
we're worried about health insurance because we always hear like it's so expensive to do, and we learned that, it's gotten a lot worse after, Obamacare changes. When we started our online business, we paid $334 a month to have health insurance for our family. Our insurance agent has told us now that if we were to get that exact same plan today, we were grandfathered into it. It would cost $1,400 a month. For that exact same plan. But there are lots of ways to get around it. So the best way, this is what Ricky does, Freddie does, is a Christian health share plan. So these, you can look at health shares. I think Ricky pays like $500 a month for his family's health insurance. And it totally covers them, pregnancy, all the things that they need. So it's not as much as you think if you start looking into a lot of the options there are for self-employed people.
Anyway, the bottom line is, for the question, is the money good enough to sustain you? And like, what about the changes that come in the internet? Like, what do we think about what's going to happen in 10 years? The answer is, what is the answer? I lost it.
Things are going to change, and there's always going to be the next one.
Yes, but I feel more able to succeed now than I did when we first started. I just have full confidence in this. Like, I wouldn't even choose another job and put my life in somebody else's hands.
Okay, what if it takes 6 months before you see any progress?
That is challenging.
It's so, man. So Ricky and I are starting a new YouTube channel right now, where we can't tell you what it is because we don't want the advantage of this big YouTube channel sending a flood of traffic over there and seeing earlier success than is realistic. I listed off earlier all the different websites we've started from scratch. When we start a new one, we don't want to tell anybody in this audience because we want to prove again and again and again that you can start from nothing and build it up. Anyway, so we have a new secret YouTube channel. Project 24 members know what it is. We announced in the podcast this week. If you haven't heard this week's podcast, Project 24 members, go check that out. But we have a new YouTube channel, and it is so intimidating. Ricky was just over here the other day, and I was just like staring at the screen literally and looking at 0 subscribers, and I was like, oh man, how are we going to do this? Like, even though we've done it time and time again, it's so intimidating to start from nothing. And so it's even worse when you say, man, what if I put in all this work and it amounts to nothing? To be honest, I've seen it happen. I've seen people who put in really hard work and didn't see it succeed. But by far and away, if people followed kind of the time-proven recipe that we've developed for how to do this and what exact actions you should take each day to get to success, by far and away, the people who fail are those who failed on themselves. They quit on themselves, and they didn't see the project through to the end. Is it possible? Yeah, it's like starting a business, and not all businesses are going to succeed. But I have seen so many times people do it that I know you can as well. It's going to take your best efforts. It's going to take skill and hard work, but you absolutely can get there. We see it every day, and we've done it over and over again. Okay,
so how long will it take to get to salary point?
Good question. So I always tell people that my expectation is, at least for me, at a year to expect real money. When I say real money, we're talking into the hundreds or thousands of dollars. And if you want to, if your goal is to get to full time, I would look at have a goal of 24 months. Will you get there sooner? Will you get there later? I don't know. That depends only on you. I can't control that. But I think 24 months is a realistic goal to do it. Project 24, we have people who have gone full time from it. But they're the minority. A lot of people are going to earn a smaller amount, but it's a great side income, and it's going to take them more work to get there. Anyway, that's at least a barometer, at least something that you can look at. But don't start today and saying 6 months, oh man, I haven't earned anything. That's okay. That's actually totally normal. Your first 6 months, only focus on building a tribe. Get traffic, get people to your blog, get people to your YouTube channel. And then once they're there, it's easy to turn on the monetization. Once you have 10,000 page views a month or 5,000 subscribers on a YouTube channel, now you make a new blog post with an affiliate link in there, you make a new video with pitching an info product, and it can start earning money. Just focus on getting traffic now. And so don't measure success by money in the beginning. Measure it by progress. I'm published 40 blog posts in the last 60 days. I made this many videos. I'm seeing this much traffic, and it's this much more than last month. That's how you judge success in your first 6-8 months. After that, our success is going to be money, right?
Actually, that's a good idea. Maybe if you would have had like a little Excel sheet that said, this is how I measure my success and tell me what you've been working on.
Yes.
That would actually
it's like, honey, here's
helpful.
My report card.
Right.
This is what
Anyway, that salary question, I just wanted to give credit to whoever said it. It was a comment.
Good comment.
Somebody asked, what if you can't get creative enough? to write the content.
Okay, so that's trigger beats.
I see a lot of people who have that same problem. Like I have that same problem. You get really excited about this one thing. You feel like you have this one thing to share, and then you write it, and then you're like, oh, shoot, now what?
And I felt the same way when I started my first site. I thought I could probably write 20 blog posts, and then I'm tapped out. I've shared everything I know about photography, right? And you write those 20, and then you realize like, oh man, there were like 100 little sub questions in there, and it spurs on more questions. And I think there are 2,000 or so blog posts on improved photography now. And yeah, you just keep going. You'll find more and more and more, and you find you can dive in more. So start with your first 20 and you'll quickly see. And in our course, Project 24, we're going to show you exactly how to make what we call your hit list. It sounds a little bit too murderous, but we call it a hit list, where we'll show you exactly how to pick the topics for your first 30 blog posts or your first videos. And then you'll make those, and we'll walk you through the process of exactly how to do it, and then how to plan the ones in the future so you can keep writing and keep working on it.
Okay, so tell me, Jim, how much this costs to get started, because a lot of times when you think of starting a business, or your spouse comes to you and say, hey, honey, I want to start this business, then you think, oh, a loan. Okay, well, I'll just take that out, and then we have to pay that back, you know?
Well, that is most businesses. You're going to take out a $30,000 loan to start a business. So when we started, we were poor. And when I say poor, I mean we were poor. We were living literally in a hotel in Florida, waiting for law school to start. And it was a tough time. I was working at the dollar store. I had a college degree, and I was working at the dollar store at night, stocking the shelves, and it was awful. It was that soul grinding kind of work. And law school was going to start, etc. But we were very poor. We had nothing. And so I paid $2.95 a month for a hosting plan. And really the only reason I even dared do that is because I had started it in college. I needed it for a college project to get a hosting plan and make a website. And so $2.95 a month for a Bluehost is what we recommend for your hosting. What that does is it's the specialized computer that makes your website available on the internet so anybody can get to it, right? You could choose to pay for a premium theme. Anywhere between $50 and $100 for a theme that's the design of your website, but there are also tons of free ones you can go with. Stock photos are helpful. Those are kind of pre-made photos in an industry so you can put it up. But I mean, hey, grab your cell phone if your website's about rock climbing and go rock climbing and take a picture of yourself, even if it's just a basic photo. I didn't pay for stock photos in the beginning. So it can be very cheap to get started. If you do have more to invest and you're believing in yourself to do it, you can spend some money that could get you to success a lot sooner. And I'll pitch you, I think I can get you to success sooner. I know I can, because of everything that I've learned over the last decade of trying and failing and starting websites over and over again and YouTube channels over and over again. To find out what works and how to get you to success the soonest. So Ricky, my business partner, and I, Ricky's not here, but he's on most of our videos. We've been friends since high school. And
he's a more entertaining person.
He's more entertaining than us. We started a course called Project 24. You can see it at incomeschool.com/project24. We call it Project 24 because it takes 24 months is our goal to get to success, to a full-time income.
And honestly, we don't really care if you want to join that or not. We just totally think that it works, and so we wanted to give it to other people.
Yeah, I know I can get you to success sooner. I know by following the system that we've learned, and with thousands of people going through it and learning from them, that we can get you to success sooner. You think, I want to get this business up to thousands of dollars a month. I would like this to eventually become a full-time income. Even if it's not my full-time job, I would like to have the money coming in. Like if 1 month sooner you would have got to success by doing it, then the course is paid for times several.
And so many times over the years, Jim was just just struggling, needing somebody to go to, and there are so many resources in that course that are just so beneficial that it just would have changed our lives so much quicker and in so many different ways that we really feel it's beneficial. We've just given everything that we wish we would have had.
Exactly. So in the course you're getting, it's not just a video course, you're getting several different video courses on all the different topics that you need to know to get to success. You know, on SEO, on social media, on YouTube, on creating your first info product, on all that kind of stuff. Several different courses in there. You're also getting a community. The community is essentially a forum that you can go in and ask questions. And Ricky and me and Freddie and Nathan, we're in there constantly asking questions. And there's some really knowledgeable people in the course who are helping each other all the time. So you don't have to bang your head on the computer keyboard for a week. You can get a quick answer to what you need. Also,
So-
we have a weekly podcast. You get your WordPress theme. There's so much. You'll get your WordPress theme for free and other tools. We want it to be a full package of what you need.
Somebody asked, for example, he started his website and he's written 100 articles, but he's only gotten 65 visitors. So
Oh,
if you are in that situation, you need this course because you would have gotten help a lot sooner
Well,
than right now.
yeah. I mean, it depends. I mean, if you wrote those 100 articles, in the last 60 days, like it could be dead and you're doing fine. You just need to give it time. But 65 in a month is really odd if it's had any kind of time. I'd need to dive into it, obviously, or earlier to see what's going on, but that would definitely be an odd one.
Anyway, you'd get the help that you needed with this course, like either through the community or other ways.
But to be honest, when we started and we were extremely poor, I wouldn't have paid for a course. I wish I would have had
True.
it, but I wouldn't have. We just had nothing. And the only way to do it was by pushing through obstacles and figuring it out. If
And-
that's you, that's what this YouTube channel is about. We still want to serve you. We want to get you going on your business however that you possibly can. Don't let money be a factor. Start your business and get going.
And it's hard to know who to trust. Like, we look pretty trustworthy. Right?
She does at least. I wouldn't trust me.
But there are a lot of people out there who just want to take advantage of you, and we really don't. But but you never know.
How do I know? She told me. All right. We want to take a couple questions from the from YouTube before we end here. We don't want this to drag on too long for you. So let's look through, get some of these questions. Where do we sign up for the school? Incomeschool.com. Just go there and you'll see. But incomeschool.com/project24. Can you get an SEO job with what you learn in Project 24? Oh, yes. Actually, I think this is a big area.
We're
There are-
homeschooling our kids so that they can get jobs in this
Yes.
area.
SEO is an awesome industry, and there are so many SEO experts, especially for local companies. You know, your local dentist wants more business and they hire an SEO company. They are selling snake oil. I mean, there are so many that are just not helping their clients. And I haven't seen too many members of Project 24 go with that angle, but starting an SEO business, helping other people with their websites, with the kind of information you learn there, oh, yes, please do, because we need more of companies that will do that well.
Which one is better, YouTube streaming or niche site?
Yes is the answer to that.
Both.
So do make a blog or a YouTube channel. You know, it depends on you. If you're somebody who could become comfortable teaching a class, kind of doing something in person, then YouTube's a great place. I say doing something in person because nobody feels comfortable on camera at the beginning. No one does. But if you would feel comfortable teaching a local class on something, then YouTube's probably a great option for you. We're seeing crazy success from YouTube in terms of affiliate, in terms of certainly info product sales, and also just the YouTube ads themselves are doing really well. So YouTube is hot right now for sure. Blogging has been very steady for a very long time. I see no reason that changes. So both of them can work. Do you want to write? Do you want to talk on video? They both have pros and cons. YouTube, you're going to have to keep up with a weekly video, even though you could batch 10 of them and then release them one a week, kind of schedule them out. But you have to kind of keep up with it. Whereas a blog, you could write, 50, 100 blog posts, get that traffic, and it will continue for years without much change. So benefits and drawbacks to both.
Okay, I have 2 questions. Don't interrupt, Jim.
Okay, sorry. I get excited.
A lady asked, or somebody asked, actually, I don't know if it was a man or a woman, but they said they learn better with books, and so they wouldn't want to take an online course. And I totally agree with you. I do like paper, and so does my mom. She would much rather use a book. So maybe that's something we'll add to Project 24. The next question is, can anybody get the Akabato theme if they join the Project 24? Or if any Project 24 member, can they get the Akabato theme?
Yep, all active Project 24 members have a license to Akabato. That's our WordPress theme, so it's your design. You don't have to pay any extra for it, and is stupid fast. It's really exciting. You can check it out at incomeschool.com/Akabato. If you don't want to become a member, you can still just buy the theme itself. But yes, if you're an active Project 24 member, you got Akabato.
And so that is another thing for spouses. If you do choose to go with Jim and Ricky, they really are going to take care of you, and everything that they make is really to help you. And so like this Akabato theme, you may not know like how, or you guys don't know how to like, create a theme or whatever. You have trouble with online different things, but this theme is to help you so that you can,
avoid problems that we were seeing where people had messed up the tech and it was hurting their site, and we just kept seeing it over and over again. Eventually we're just like, no, we've got to invest in them and build a theme that will make this problem completely stop.
Yeah, so just if you're not super knowledgeable in the internet area, but you have knowledge, enough to get going on a website, then Jim and Ricky are going to provide the things for you so that you can keep moving forward with whatever you need.
And we have great resources for you here too. We have great free resources on YouTube as well.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see. Okay, does Pizza Day usually happen through Google Ads earnings? This is a very good question. So we call Pizza Day when somebody earns their first $5 from their website. We celebrate it because, I remember that first time that we earned money from the website that we talked about.
And that's
it was so
anybody.
encouraging.
You could just email us and we'll put a pin in for you.
That's right. So we're finding that most people are reaching Pizza Day from, I would probably say, affiliate before the ads. That you earn your first $5. I would probably say it's usually coming through an Amazon affiliate, that you're referring a product on Amazon. The first time somebody hits $100 a month, I would say usually we're to the point that we have some ads on there. We're, at 2,000-3,000 page views a month, something like that, and kind of getting progress that way.
How much does Camper Report earn right now?
I haven't checked in a little bit. It's about $10,000 a month. Interestingly, RV sales are down 20% year over year from 2019 to 2018, or vice versa. So fewer people have bought campers this year, RVs, which is kind of one of those signs of a looming recession, they're saying. But I think that has impacted, and that's why we haven't seen growth from last year to this year. Anyway, yeah, about $10,000 a month. Oh, I saw a good question here. Shoot, I lost it.
I can't see. I have bad eyesight, so I can't really see the questions.
Okay, Deline E says, do you self-publish your ebooks, or do you have to work with a publishing company? No, self-publish. I mean, you can work with, I've never done a publishing company, but I've self-published. So just write it in a Word doc. My first ebook had 20,000 words. It was really short. A typical book's about 55,000 words. And then I used a company called smashwords.com that you upload your Word doc and they will format it everywhere and put it on the different stores. The one exception is I would format it yourself to Amazon so that they aren't taking a cut of Amazon sales, since that's the biggest one, obviously. And then you're off to the races. That's how you get your book up. All right. We should probably wrap it up. Okay. Thank you guys for being here. It's inspiring to me to see people who know that there is work ahead and it is not a gimme, and the internet isn't going to just magically send you checks for nothing, and are still willing to exercise your faith in yourself and work hard on something to better your family. And internet business has completely changed our family. You know, life isn't about money. Happiness and peace in our family aren't about money, but man, have we reduced the stress in our life by not having to worry about finances. We have barely even talked about money, like, you know, oh, we can't do this or that, or I'm worried about this, in years. Like, we haven't had money stress in years, because of what we've done. It's been a long time to get here, but
in fact, the stress now is, do we give this person money?
Yeah. It's how to help others. Yeah.
It is. It's how to help them in the right way. But
anyway, so I believe in you. I'm excited for everybody. Just have a little bit of belief in yourself and put in that time that it takes, because it is going to take time to get there. And I hope we can serve you in Project 24. If that's just not in the cards for you, then I'm really happy to be serving you here for free on YouTube. And we look forward to seeing you in our next video. Thanks, everybody. And
Bye.
thank you. Aw, first kiss on the channel. That never happens when Ricky's here.